The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
We're navigating the largest inflation spike the country's seen in 32 years. No matter who you are, where you live, or how much you earn, understanding the impact of the economic issues facing Aotearoa has never been more important. Kia ora, I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I want to help you understand what the changes we hear about in the headlines actually mean for you. I also happen to have a pretty healthy contact list of academics, politicians, and leading economists to help us make sense of all this economic stuff. So join me every Friday for When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network, together with KiwiBank, and available wherever you get your podcasts.
Start your day with The Bulletin, a newsletter from The Spin-off summarising New Zealand's biggest breaking stories and highlighting the best reporting from around the country. Sign up for free today at thespinoff.co.nz/newsletters.
Somebody needs to bring us back in.
Okay, that'll be Alex.
Hello, we're back.
No!
Don't ask me to do a job if you don't want it done wrong.
Kia ora, welcome along to The Real Pod. We are filling up our cups with some pretend alcohol. It's not got alcohol in it.
Idea.
Yeah.
Can't hold it in.
You can go use the loo if you need
the
to.
masked podcaster.
Wow.
Is this like a really bad idea?
Isn't that what we are?
Aren't we already masked?
Yeah, but like they go on the TV, they wear like some real budjo outfit, and they just do
Some podcasting.
They talk. I had that idea last season.
Did you?
The Masked Zinger, and it's comedians with masks on.
Well, this is a whole franchise.
Just everything masked. The masked
Well, they do the Masked
newsreader.
Dancer
Yeah.
in the States. It's funny.
Hey, this is your reality TV recap podcast. We're called The Real Pod, and we've got various ways online you can find us. And I'm working on a solution to get you to the Discord in a really direct kind of a way. In the meantime, still head to our Facebook page. There's a link there. It's also in the episode description here, so you can. That's probably easier.
That's probably the best link.
Yeah, go to the episode description. Make your way through the Discord, join in some chats on some TV shows. Also, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/Real Pod Corner. Right. Tell me what is happening with this drink. Alex Casey and Duncan Grief. I'm Janie.
Hello. Oh, I'm Alex. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
To a whopper week of reality television in
Yeah.
the
All
Real
right.
Pod studio.
That smells like
Okay,
lemonade.
It smells like Lilla lemonade.
It tastes, I don't know what a G&T really tastes like. Does it taste like this?
It doesn't taste like a G&T.
What does it taste like?
That tastes like lemonade.
Pure Sprite, actually.
It tastes, I'll tell you what, it tastes like a dry lemonade.
There's a little bit of that astringent kind of tonic-y thing at the end.
Definitely.
But there is no juniper gin.
Well, that'll be because of the lack of gin, probably. Right?
Maybe there's a little something.
A little something.
Drink it.
This tastes like
Can I have a
school
look at the...
disco pop. And not the music.
Why are we even doing this, Alex? Can you explain?
Well, zero alcohol spirits, zero alcohol is all the rage right now. There's a great story Chris Schultz wrote about it today on the Stock Take something.
Stock Take
Subscribe
newsletter.
to Stock Take newsletter.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
I'm overwhelmed with newsletters at the moment, not just from the spin-off.
What are your faves?
I never.
Really, none.
Embedded.
Embedded is so good.
Dirt, something
the dirt is
dirt.
great.
Yeah.
But you just
I
don't
open the
open them.
spin-off ones
That's good.
because that's local.
Yeah.
And that's my choice.
You're a
anyway.
local for Farmers Market newsletter subscriber.
That is the new
Kiwi
Proud Kiwi campaign.
Yeah.
Look at all those proud Kiwis opening Kiwi newsletters.
Anyway, we're ranking all the zero alcohol spirits in the country, as is our want. We do it a lot at the spin-off, and I'm dealing with quite a few.
Oh, you should have seen
Different
it.
products.
You should have seen it this
What's
morning.
the funniest name of one?
Is there what? Do you have one in mind?
Yeah. The one that's called Terps.
Oh yeah, Terps and Co. And they're like vodka vibe, whiskey-esque.
That's actually pretty. That's pretty
But
clever.
it also looks like it's like a Unitec student's project that's gone a bit far.
Well, they're in New Worlds, like they're legit. And they've got terpenes in them. I don't know what terpenes are, but apparently it's all
Made
above
up.
the board.
Just
Is
made
that a
up.
new tropic?
It's in the same area.
Earlier, when I walked into the common area, Alex was standing over a whole lot of non-alcoholic drinks, looking quite stressed out. And there was this one box that just had the chiller written on it. And it was a real juxtaposition because she was definitely not chilling.
No.
She just looked up and sort of looked over her goggles, and her hair was
My glasses.
same thing. Her hair was all out at angles, and she was looking quite stressed. So I took a photo.
Oh, Alex.
And then you were like, you reek of quiche.
That's not true.
Wow.
You said you ate a quiche in 5 minutes when you got in here, and then I said, smells good. And I
Yeah.
meant the quiche that you made out there when I was just out
But
there
you
with
said
you.
smells.
Okay, sorry. It smells
Present.
good. And she got all paranoid that she's like just wafting quiche.
Stinky quiche girl. Anyway.
Girl.
What do you
Amazing
rate
new
this out
brand
of
for you.
10?
I mean, it's a nice drink. I checked the carbs, 13.8 per.
Whoa.
So it's like roughly a third of a can of full-strength Coke.
But less in this can than a can of Coke.
Yeah, but I was just doing some upcycling
Okay.
to figure out the difference between 250 and
Oh, all
330.
right. All right.
So I think as a refreshing drink, 6.
This is definitely these sort of spirit-led drinks are definitely for people who like to drink alcohol but are having a night off or have decided not to have alcohol anymore, right? Because as someone who's not really a drinker, just make me a nice non-alcoholic drink that doesn't pretend it's being alcohol.
But that's the same as with like fake meat versus like when you eat a lot of vegetables.
Yeah.
You know, as a vegetarian.
So you want like a Red Bull, for example.
I love a Red Bull, but I would like some fancy drinks that weren't trying to pretend to be spirits.
Yeah,
I
but
love the
think
taste of a G&T.
Yeah.
I love the classy taste.
I've got a real opinion about when you go somewhere and the non-alcoholic offerings are really just like, your various sodas.
Orange juice.
Yeah.
Well, so you don't like that either?
No,
Well,
I know.
So you don't like any of it?
do you want,
I want to
Jane?
have a fancy bottle and a fancy drink that just tastes like a yum drink that doesn't taste like it's trying to have gin in it.
So what's that, like kombucha?
No, that's what I'm saying. There's not enough options. There's not enough. You're
But-
right. It doesn't exist, Duncan.
So
That's
it's like
the
a
problem.
new genre of like
Flavours.
spacey, bougie.
Spin-off sodas.
Spin-off sodas.
Yeah.
But I think then a soda is going to be compared to, like, it needs a new name.
Spin-off. I don't know. Just make something up. Terps did.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, delicious. What are your ratings?
I think I give it like a 7. Maybe it would go up to an 8 if I had bothered to put ice in it.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you
it
just
was clinking,
tried at least a little bit.
clinking around.
Little sprig of mint or
Because
something.
so much of it is just like simulating the experience.
The
I feel.
theatre.
I'll give it a 7. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Well done, layers.
Hey, we're going to start off actually before we get into the block. We're going to just quickly talk about The Masked Singer. Just a quick 5 min, okay? Because what a show. 90 minutes on a Sunday eve on TV3. And I forgot, I feel like we hated it last season, but God, I really enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Oh my God, Alex. That's your review of every
Loved it.
thing at the moment.
They have turned it out. The costumes look amazing. They've got a proper audience at Sky City.
Not all the costumes are amazing. I'm glad to see Purakawa Tree go in week 1. No offence to I actually think it was an offence to the Great Tree.
Yeah.
That
It
was very
tinsel
rural
forward.
high school musical type outfit, that one.
Yeah, but that's cool.
I feel
That's
like
Kiwi.
That's us. You know. I feel like Rural High School Musical is a show.
Yeah.
That's true. But yes, I think that having it at the theatre with a big old tiered audience and everything is actually pretty cool.
Not like The Sims, like last time, bobbing around with their digital feet and hands.
Was that in the metaverse last time?
It was in COVID times.
Damn.
There
was
were like
so
15
good.
audience members kind of sat behind the judges-ish so that they could just kind of have a pretend audience in the judges' shot, and that was it. But no, this is like proper audience. That bloody unicorn costumes, very fancy and shiny.
Was bedazzled.
Very bedazzled unicorn.
2-scoop ice cream.
Two-scoop ice cream.
Watching that ice cream shuffle out real slowly into the middle of the stage.
I
Loved
feel like
it.
I really noticed the helpers a lot more this time round. The people like helping the costumed folk in and out of the stage area because good chance of falling over, you know.
Is that part of this new trend of show the production that we're seeing a lot of on the block?
They're dressed up like the Men in Black.
And they're like, we got the best security guards in the country. I'm like, there's an intern. But yeah, what do we guess? What do we do?
Okay, well, judging panel, great. Loving Anika, just fantastic. Kind of cool having a rotating fourth judge that comes in and out, especially like John O'Pryor I thought was pretty good in that he was just like, the stakes are so low for them. They can just throw out anything. I mean, not that the stakes are particularly high for literally anyone in the show.
I mean, that's the show's charm.
Yeah.
Last year, did they show the audience actually voting on their phones?
I think they did, yeah. Yeah. I don't think they did quite as fancy a job as they did this time.
Yeah.
But I think they just used old school worm technology from back in the day.
Do you remember that?
I know the worm.
Peter Dunn.
I know the
is
worm.
that because your mum?
Because of my mum, yeah.
Bring back the worm.
Got to talk about my mum, actually.
Yeah.
Because, well, do you know who was revealed as the first?
Georgina Bayer.
Georgina Bayer was the almighty Pahutakawa. One of the clues was something, a change for the better, which is the name of Georgina Bayer's biography that my mum wrote.
She wrote it with her hands?
She wrote it with her hands.
It all comes back to the real pod.
Everything does.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got it like that.
Okay.
I got it like that.
Look, I have to say there were a few of them that I thought of straight away. Like the first one, was it the unicorn came out first? And I was like, that's not Elam. And then
No.
that was Sharon's first guess, straight out.
Rapping? Well?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I thought the voice sounded like it could be her, but it was more the movements I recognised from Dancing with the Stars.
Wow.
And then there were references to like a lot of food things.
There was
and-
breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
That was weird, I thought.
Yeah.
I think it's Ruby Tui.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Okay.
Because of the silver, there was a lot of like running in a herd.
Yeah, but Nadia came second in MasterChef, didn't she? She didn't win.
Did she? Did she?
I think she did. She
I
win.
thought she
won.
won.
Oh,
She
okay.
won, didn't she?
It's not Nadia.
Where did she come in dancing?
Not second.
Not second.
Definitely not second.
Interesting, though. Something to think about.
It is something to think about. The only other ones, and then there were a few, like when they said Georgina Bayer, I hadn't thought of it straight out, but I was like, oh yeah, of course it is, you know. Someone guessed Kimberly Crossman for something. I've got no notes.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go to the retro robot then. So Bedazzled Unicorn, you guess Nadia Lam.
Yeah.
I think Ruby Tui. Or it could be a Silver Fern, who also played for the Magic, because that was like a big magic theme, I thought. But who knows?
Who knows?
that out.
Oh, no, look, let's cut that out. No, cut that out. Because what it is, Alex, is it's a problem with netball in New Zealand. It's not your problem. We need to do more to elevate the sport.
I love that modern thing where if you don't know something, it's like an institution's fault, not you.
Yeah.
just being like, no, just on Instagram.
Retro robot, looking for the people's support. Push my buttons, give me blues. It's Simon Bridges.
Oh,
It's Simon Bridges.
Yes.
Something, there's reference to Holy and him being created in the Wild West.
Yes.
Born in West Auckland, his father is a
That's too
Pasta.
easy.
pastor.
If he stays there now, we've just got to go every week saying it's Simon Bridges.
I know.
Good
He's got a
guessage.
beautiful voice. Did you
Yeah,
not think?
I think Simon can sing. He can also drum.
He can
Yeah.
drum. Yeah, well, actually can't. technically.
He
But he
thinks
has,
he can.
He has drummed.
He has drummed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carry on.
Alligator Gladiator.
I've got Lance
Marvelous
Valley.
Night for a Moon Dance. I think it's Drew Nemia.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So someone was saying that Drew Nemia has suddenly reactivated his socials after a long hiatus.
Do you remember that? Some of his iconic social media.
No?
Gonna have to bleep this. There's this one where he's got like he sort of lifts up the covers to show off this like real tinted pair of grits.
Oh my God.
I think James Masterpick surfaced it. It's like incredible.
Like that's what he was intending to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, then I
100%.
think
It
you
was
can
like-
leave that in. That's just.
Yeah, but I can't vouch for it. I mean, maybe I dreamt it.
Well,
Guess who? Don't sue me, Drew.
there's your disclaimer. I think it's fine. Honest opinion. I thought Lance Valley just because the dancing was really good. But then Drew can dance.
Drew can dance. And he can sing. I don't know if Lance can sing. I don't know why.
He's got a pop career going.
Yeah, but
Worked
it's all
for Universal
DJ.
Music
Sorry about doing that.
She's just doing the
Just did a
wiki.
wow. It's all DJing though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey, we need to keep going. We need to
There she
keep
goes.
going.
I think it's Drew Nemia, blah, blah, blah. Also, Alligator, he famously performed Crocodile Rock on McDonald's Young Entertainers. Been fighting from a young age. He's been performing from young.
true, yeah.
Find him in the boardroom. He now is like a weird finance advisor somewhere.
What?
Yeah. Drew Nemia. Voodoo Chick, Dancing on My Own, Robin. That's what you missed.
Damn.
Don't Sleep on This Bird Tonight. Something Give You a Clue. Life Was a Tough Grind, but I've come home for a new task.
This is the one. This is the one I think they guessed Kimberly Crossman.
There was reference to being grounded because of the pandemic.
Right.
Surely that means someone who's an import on this season's Taskmaster. Come home for a new task.
Yeah, it's got to be something with Taskmaster.
I think it's Laura Daniel
Oh, good shout.
because she was on Taskmaster last time. It also said she's not afraid of felines. Laura Daniel has a cat called Martin who uses my cat's old cat tower that he didn't want anymore. It all comes back to the real pod.
It does. I think owning a cat probably isn't like a clue
I think
for
so.
Masked Singer.
Not
Except-
afraid of felines was a clue.
Yeah, I know, but just like
This is
Summer.
This is untenable.
Some people are.
okay.
It's not noteworthy.
Why did they do it then?
Because it might be Anne Batley Burton. It's definitely not.
She wouldn't do Dancing on My Own.
No.
Although she does dance on her own quite a lot.
She does dance on her own, exactly.
Instagram.
Pivot. Okay, who else have we got?
2 Scoop Ice Cream, which Jane, you
Oh, look.
you've poisoned everyone with Zach and Aaron. and
100%.
I can't see anything else.
It's Zach and Erin, and I am not going to be moved on this. No matter what clues come up, I can somehow wedge them into Zach and Erin. What couple, both of fame of sorts,
God, amazing.
would be prepared to be in one of those horrible suits together? Like, I reckon pretty horrible to be in one of those suits, full stop. To do it with someone else. Blech. But who
else?
Who would want that glory more than Zach and Erin? Good
just
height
thought-
difference.
I thought Erin was a better singer. She did the oh, here we go.
Yeah, but the same technology back then as now to make things sound right.
The same technology
Right.
back then as now. Amazing.
Anyway, I won't be moved. I won't be moved. Even if they pull it off and reveal like Summer All Black and his wife, don't care. It's still Zach and Erin. I will not be moved.
Great
I did
cultural
think
reference.
Dan and Honor, possibly. What was the clue though that was like one half has 4 different flavours?
Yeah. Hello, designer, TV presenter, singer, property portfolio.
Okay.
She's a like a
Craft?
Multi-hyphenate.
craft. Yeah, she's got so many things.
I did think it was funny that someone guessed Scotty Morrison, I think, Scotty and Stacey.
Yeah, right.
But the picture they chose of Scotty Morrison is one of the worst photos of a person I've ever seen. Considering that he is like obviously like pure handsome guy, and they chose he's wearing like dirty dogs and a top hat.
Yeah, I do love the photos that they show.
I feel like they're doing that's internet work shade. Like I think that they should keep doing that, lean into it, and see how much worse they can make it.
Yeah.
Can we turn those 4 squares of guesses into NFTs somehow?
Oh, yeah.
Masked Singer NFT guess things. Sold. That's $1 million. Thanks, Duncan.
Oh, man.
Okay, who else? Anything else?
No, that's the end.
That's it. Okay, right, we need to move on. So
It's been half an hour.
we'll be doing 5 minutes-ish recaps of Masked Singer at the top of each block week.
How long was that?
We're looking at 18 minutes.
I forgot to give you your layers.
Yeah, I just sort of watched and sipped my Red Bull while you guys did your taste test.
To be fair, we did a taste test. We did some housekeeping. We've done Masked Singer in 18 minutes. That's all right. That's not bad. Okay, let's move on to the block. Look, quite a boring week on the block this week, so we can probably race through relatively quickly.
Are we going couple by couple?
Oh, fuck no.
That's how I did my notes.
And
I colour-coded them.
You're such a
Orange, purple.
swap.
I am a swap this week.
I have just got, mine a stream of consciousness chronological, so this will be fun. Oh, you're leading this, Alex.
sake.
You can lead this.
Yeah, you
Well,
lead
can I
it.
start with Ben and Quinn, my favourite couple of all time?
Yes. Aren't they so great?
Duncan's already going to say
for
something.
crying out
No,
loud.
I'm not.
Contrarian.
I'm not. I want the thesis. I'm curious. I'm intrigued.
They're so sweet. Their love for each other is endless. Their
Yeah.
support. I love how Ben did that little cute thing to camera where he's like, Quinn's going to walk in.
Yes.
And when she sees this room, she's going to do exactly this. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And then it cut to Quinn walking in doing exactly that. And then Ben doing perfect Jim Halpert to camera.
Yeah.
It was like,
It was
a
so
dream.
good. It was, that was the highlight of the entire week for me, was that little edit. It was gorgeous.
and I just like how they're like, not good. Because I think the problem with this season is they're all too pro.
Well,
I actually
Are
liked
they?
Ben and Quinn's room.
I didn't mind it, but I like how they're a bit, they're a bit hapless. You know, like they're
Yeah.
a bit like, well, I don't know. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
but I think that, well, I don't think they're too pro. I think they're too sort of hemmed in. Like they've sold everything that can't be pinned down. So you get the same, like how if you've got too much Mocka and too much lighting direct, and these things they're very trend driven. They want to showcase their latest product. So their ability to differentiate between the rooms and just show you something like totally out the gate is quite limited.
Yeah, let's talk about that because we've had some changes in sponsors. So we don't seem to have Cheetah on board.
No, it's Mocka.
So we've got, Mocka don't do bedding and that kind of thing. So Mocka just
Wallace
do
Cotton.
furniture. Wallace Cotton. Okay, that's nice stuff. Mocka is all flat pack all day, all the time.
And it's quite budget. Like
It's quite bad.
I've demolished a lot of Mocka
what
furniture in various room moves.
What it is,
In my time.
is affordable and on trend, but probably not like, you get what you pay for.
You're not handing it down to your grandchildren.
No, we saw the same beds, we saw the same lights, we saw the same little chairs and things.
Yeah.
Like so much of the same stuff in these rooms, but also the amount of time they're going to have to spend with an Allen key. I'm telling you, putting those things together, nightmare.
not good
Stacey
tally.
ordered 54 things.
Like that's
It's fucked, is what that is.
that's
It's fast homewares,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's
It's
exactly
like,
what it- that's
it's a
exactly
big
what it is.
problem.
yeah.
The
it's-
Kmart
which-
sort of.
Kmart, IKEA, but it's sort of integrated and like, yeah, it's a weird vibe, but it really does like. It just means that like so many of those rooms just look really, really similar.
They do look so similar, like 2 window seats as well.
Those halfway up the backboard thingos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. It's
Yeah.
like bad time.
I'm surprised, given that this week they famously had such a small budget, that they didn't do more like op shopping. Like, why they should do like a second-hand block or something where
someone
it's like
did. No, Stacey went out
she
to the
bought
op
a
shop.
bear,
Yeah.
but then she's bought 54 Mocka things.
The thing
you
is,
know?
I think with the Mocka things, it felt like she was going to buy, see what she liked, and then return, but you got to assemble them. So there is none of that.
They're all secondhand now. They've gone to the op shop.
True.
No, but I totally agree with you, Alex. I almost think they probably missed a trick by not incorporating that into the show because it would give them a little bit of a sustainability out on all in terms of all. Holy heck!
Holy heck!
Is that
Anita Wiglet's
Anita Wiglet?
here.
She's loose.
Anita Wiglet's here.
We're waving. Oh, she sees us.
Should we bring her in?
Bring her in.
Can she come in?
Did she watch the blot? This is
Anita Wiglet is coming into the studio.
amazing. This is like we are a
What?
broadcast radio program
This is
which
crazy.
regularly have.
And it's a different network.
Joey is
So
up.
this
He's
is
grabbed a
just-
chair. He's
getting it
adjusting
all
the fourth
sorted.
mic.
This is
I
wild.
hope she knows how to get here because it's Anita Wiggler.
Wow, as we live and breathe.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm not wearing any clothes today.
That's true.
We are live on the Real Pod right now.
Yay! Oh, we're live.
Good timing.
Hello.
Why are you here?
Well, I'm actually promoting RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under Season 2 today. Because what happens if you lose Season 1, you get to come back and do PR packages for Season 2.
Such a treat.
Oh, I love your new place.
It's good, isn't it?
Thank you.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I might just stay here if that's okay.
It's absolutely fine. I mean, so stay behind the mic. You know?
Oh, yeah, I love this. Is great. I feel
Do
like.
you want any? Oh, no, there's nothing.
Yeah.
That was the Real Pod in miniature.
What are those?
These are like pretend.
There's zero alcohol.
There's zero alcohol pretending to be alcohol.
Thank you.
Mixes.
I would love one of these.
Enjoy that.
American malting. That sounds quite promising.
It's nice.
Is that hashtag sponsor?
No.
No.
Oh, so I'd have to be like,
We're open. We're available. If you're a hashtag sponsor and you're listening
Yeah.
and you want some of this,
This
Really
magic.
nice.
You like it?
Oh, hashtag gift. Thank you.
What would you give it out of 10?
Oh, yeah, good.
ASMR. Oh, wait. I would give it like a good 8, actually.
A good 8.
It's
Oh,
like the
nice.
real thing.
That's really, really
But only,
good.
but the problem is if you're not drinking, because the more you drink, the more sexually attractive I get. So I'm just going to be disappointed. So if you meet me in public, please don't drink these ones.
Oh, dear. What can you tell us about the new season of Drag Race Down Under? It's
Well,
very exciting.
I can tell you that absolutely the best cast members were in season 1. So unfortunately, it's going right now.
that's incredible promo technique.
I just diss it and hope for the best. I think it's going to be really good. So we've got 2 Kiwis this time round, and so 8 Australians. But there's a lot of sort of Australians who have Kiwi roots. So in fact, there's one who was born in Timaru.
How did you miss the opportunity for like a terrible pun there? A lot of Australians have got Kiwi roots. So come on.
Oh God! Last time I was in Australia, I couldn't leave. I couldn't walk.
Thank you.
But I think there you go. That was for you. But I think it's going to be an amazing season. I think how cool is it that we get to have another rendition of Drag Race?
Oh,
We
so
didn't
good.
scare them off too much.
So RuPaul did actually come back to the country.
Apparently, there's rumours she wasn't in season 1. She was on a green screen, and that was absolutely true. No, she was there, I promise. So yeah, she came back to the country with Michelle Visage is back again, and Reese Nicholson from the first season, and some amazing some celebrity guest judges. Apparently, Bindi and Rob Irwin have been announced as guest judges.
Wow.
I just hope Rob bought his snake. There you go. That's another one for you.
There's another one, don't you?
Appreciate
Happy
it.
now?
I
David's happy with that.
am satisfied.
Have you got a busy promo round to do?
We're going to all of the celebrities, so of course we had to come see you first.
Thank you. Thank
Then,
you.
but we've only got a few more left now. Actually, we wanted to get the important ones out of the way first.
Love that.
We
Love
just got
that.
like the plebs to go, like Eli Matheson and stuff. Not very important.
When is the show starting?
So TVNZ Plus, 6 p.m. on Saturday. You can watch the first episode and find out who gets the chop first. Unfortunately, but which I'm so familiar with. But yeah, it's going to be great. So we can start watching this Saturday and having viewing parties.
Exciting.
Yay!
This was such a treat.
What
Yeah.
amazing synchronicity.
Look,
Oh,
this is
good
why I wanted a
timing.
window into the common area from the podcast studio for this very reason.
It is so nice. And thank you so much for my lovely, whatever the hell I'm drinking. I'm pretending I can read. If I could read, I wouldn't be a drag queen for a living. That's for sure. But thank you so much for having me for a little chat. Lovely to see you all.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
And
Great to
have
see you
a
too.
great rest of your day, won't you?
You too.
Thank you.
Enjoy
And
it.
please look at my bottom as I leave
We
the
will do,
studio.
of course.
We will.
Thank you.
It's too asked.
Look, I'm stuck in
That's
my
Anita
sentence.
Wiggler.
Anita Wiggler.
Oh, please, the standing ovation's not necessary.
We are sitting down.
Thank you for this lovely live. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to
Incredible.
see you.
It's like we're a proper podcast.
What the heck is this?
Wow.
I feel like if we were a proper podcast, they would organise to bring someone into us. We wouldn't have to literally hijack
Drag them in.
Oh, that was
Oh,
good.
that was
Well
good.
done. Well done,
Yeah.
you. Wow.
She took a drink with her.
I did realise as I gave that over to her, I was like, do we only have
Well, no,
one of
it's
those?
fine. Now we've got a celebrity endorsement.
Oh, I mean, that's...
She'll probably get a deal out of that.
Yeah.
That's good for her.
Yeah.
So what about us? Real Pod, how's that going to... Nothing.
Just quickly, if you're enjoying this podcast and value what we do at The Spinoff, please consider joining the Spinoff members. All our mahi is made possible by our members, and we wouldn't be here today without their support. Tautoko mai and head to thespinoff.co.nz/members to sign up.
At Zed, we're all about moving with the times. And now it's time to be part of the climate change solution and move on from fossil fuels. As a company providing fuel to people all over the country, we also know we have a real opportunity to lead that change. We're committed to keeping Aotearoa moving by providing the right energy for everyone. We believe that innovation in fuel and how it's used can make a huge difference to our planet. Find out more at zed.co.nz.
Slinky Malinky was cosy and snug, curled in a ball on the raggedy rug.
The Spinoff presents Linley Dodd, writing the pictures, painting the words. An intimate portrait of one of Aotearoa's most celebrated children's authors. Watch the documentary today at thespinoff.co.nz/videos. Made with the support of New Zealand On Air.
I'm seeing the pictures before I even start the words.
There you go. So Drag Race Saturday, by the way.
Okay, Ben and Quinn, lovely.
Lovely. Love them to bits. I love
Too much
how
product placement. Is that where we were?
Mocka.
Oh, we
was a
were just
problem.
not enough brands, to be honest, just to getting on board the blockchain train.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, no cheetah, no freedom. Apparently, they haven't been to freedom, have they?
No.
No. Oh, they're going to nude. That's where they're going. And we've seen again, they've two teams picked the same artwork. I don't think Quinn changed her mind. I think production said, your room is exactly the same. We need to at least change out the artwork.
I just like seeing them pick through like Junk and Disorderly and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
feel like we used to get a bit more of that, but maybe it's to come. What else about Ben and Quinn? They wanted wallpaper, but they couldn't get it because of the supply chain. So they decided to paint a mountain.
I think that worked well for them, though.
was all right.
They really did well on that one.
I was really worried when I saw Ben doing that. I was like, this is going to be terrible. I feel like it was reminiscent of them doing something similar on their season where they decided to do their own art wall. But this actually surprisingly worked well.
I was shocked.
I like their little retro little squab. That was cute.
Everyone did squabs, right? Two
It was
or three?
Squab City.
Squabs.
Hey,
City.
shout out to Liam, by the way, at the beanbag place.
Oh, yeah. Should we be Ben and Chloe then?
Oh, no, sorry. No. Oh, now you know how it feels.
No.
It's horrible, isn't it?
And before we move on, I hear your review of the Layers.
Yeah, I don't think I've got much to add, to be honest.
What do you give it out of 10?
Maybe a 6. Yeah. Is that what you said?
That is.
Yeah.
I want to give Ahea a 10 out of 10 for that, how quickly he jumped
That
into
was-
action.
It was amazing.
To get a microphone ready before Anita Wiggler even managed to get into the room. We were ready for it.
We were like an FM radio program. Which is what we aspire to be and do.
Okay, sorry. Carry on.
Ben and Chloe.
Oh no, you're done with Ben and Quinn?
Yeah.
Too many Bens. They need to do
Too
like
many
what they need to
Bens.
do what they do on The Bachelor and be like Ben R and Ben J, so we can differentiate.
Ben Mo.
Ben Mo and Ben No Mo.
I don't think you need the no mo. It's implied.
Very proud of Quinn, by the way, for using the word discrepancies seamlessly in a sentence.
That's right.
But it didn't go unnoticed. Ben looked at her and smiled. And the thing is, when he did that, I knew exactly what was happening in that moment.
Yeah.
He smiled at her and she was like, oh, you didn't expect me to know that word, did you? It was very, very sweet.
They're
Yeah,
just
they are.
so
They're-
cute.
they're very,
I
very
really,
sweet
really
couple.
like them. Ben and Chloe won. Do we just talk about that straight away? They got nines plus
Yeah,
board.
yeah. That's a nice enough
for their
room.
room that they ended up making for Finn, the 18-year-old
Yeah.
beanbag dealer.
Look, they were lucky that they changed. It was originally going to be 30-year-old Daryl.
That's right.
And I think they would have been really just hauled over the coals by the judges for not actually doing a kids' room.
I thought they were joking about that.
No,
but
they weren't. They were doing that thing where it's like, we want to make the house to sell, not just to win the room. And then they found this happy medium where they won the room and they still kept in the brief. Chloe flirting with Finn was a bit weird.
It was a bit weird, a bit too much flossing and carrying on.
And the beanbag that he gave her for free wasn't the beanbag that ended up in the room, because the beanbag he gave free was like the colour of your jersey, Alex, but the one in the room was a much more muted blue.
Was it?
Yeah.
$500 value. I was wondering about them and their budget because...
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Because they basically got the tradie to basically halve his rate. So it made a mockery of the like $10,000 limit, because basically they clearly just pushed out some spend from this week to a future week. You know, like he clearly would not work for the $35 an hour minimum thing, but he just did it because they've obviously made a promise that they'll make him whole in some future situation, and that doesn't sit right with me.
I don't know. I just think that's probably clever, to be honest. The other teams could have done the same thing if they wanted to. She made sandwiches and wraps. You know?
Yeah,
She did.
that's about $35.
How could they afford those big glass jet planes? Those are a pretty penny, aren't they?
She probably flossed. She went in
Flossed
and did the
away for
floss
freedom.
and got them down to 10 bob a piece. Made some wraps.
Yeah, did you see their snacks at one point? They were just eating carrots, like full carrots, like
I've written
horses.
a carrot.
Loved it.
I also don't reckon the approach of ringing up places that sell like rinky dinks and saying we've got a 10K budget, because you've got to say we've got a 10K budget, but that's all our tradies, all our materials, it's the room just from framing, it's our installation, it's everything. Because if someone rings me at my little shop and they want a cushion and they're trying to bargain me down saying they've got 10K to spend, I'm like, hello, I'm going to double the price, thank you very much.
Well, fundamentally, like is this true? I'm going to say some things. Is it true that part of the appeal/function of the block is it is an accelerated version of things that, you know, a bunch of New Zealanders go through at some point in their life, i.e. doing a renovation or a build, right?
Correct.
And so the process of like choosing things, budgeting, living under, you know, while your house is being built, these are all supposed to be relatable to either past or future members, lives of members of the audience. And the more that you kind of hem in where people can shop, and the more that you sort of barter off the realities of the show, i.e., you know, like you can get on the show for this, or like you can, hey, traded, you might like halving your bill. You sort of, it stops the reality part of the TV.
Oh my God, Duncan, what are you talking about?
No,
Cut it out.
No, I understand. I understand what
I
you're saying.
understand what you're saying.
I just mean they're breaking the appeal of the show a little bit.
When I don't think it's particularly trying to be relatable. Like when I did my renovation, no one came in and judged it and gave me some cash. No one made me go out, I wish they did, and do a big slip and slide and throw some balls into some hoops. Like, there's nothing about this conceit.
That's true. That is quite true, all of it. But there must be some elements of it that are supposed to be, you know, relatable to the audience.
I agree with you, but I agree that that it's all a bit boring when they've all got the same lights and they've got the same beds and, you know, all that kind of thing, and the same Brenda. They're always in the same Brenda at
Rosine.
Who is lovely, by the way. She's got a lovely voice. But I just think you just got to suspend all that. You've got to suspend all that. They've got to find tricky ways. Otherwise, we're going to get a really boring show, because we need people to do shit that's a little bit controversial so that other teams get upset about it. Because at the moment, everyone's being very, very nice to each other.
That's true. That's very true.
I feel like the emphasis this season is more on how each team relates to themselves, like the kind of interpersonal relationship between Stacey and Adam, and like, you know, Chloe and Ben trying to manage being the first kind of platonic male-female friend team.
God, they're really diversified, haven't they?
It's, yeah. They break new ground. And the renovations are like secondary. You know, like I barely even write any notes about the actual design at all.
I love that they nearly knocked out a wall because some like a cupboard was $3 million out for the drawer.
Did they though, or was that just for the drama?
Maybe it was just for the drama, but luckily they decided just to make the drawer front $3 million wider.
Seemed like the
It was a good option.
I thought I picked up the second weed reference from Chloe and Ben this week. Did you catch it?
Oh, I thought I did. Yeah.
She was like, when she was like potting plants for the room. She's like, you know, I'm good at this. Got a couple of hydroponics at home.
Ooh.
Big laugh. Last week, they were joking about Bud, passing the Bud, because their paint was called Bud.
Oh.
There's a lot getting past the, I'm doing that. You know
She's
what I
doing
mean?
that and still not describing what that is.
I don't know.
Tapping
what
the
you
side of my
mean.
nose.
What does that mean?
At the front of my nose now.
Front of the nose is you've got the answer right in charades. Side of the nose is like a little wink,
You know what
nudge,
I mean?
nudge, wink, wink.
They got that past.
Again, spectacular audio. Just explaining various nose tapping techniques and
It
meanings.
is interesting that
through
it's
the
different
years.
though.
If you're doing the charades one though, you've got to do the point as well at the same time. I have to say that, right? You can't just
Yeah, and
can't
inside
just
the nose
nose.
is like our little secret.
Our little secret.
Jesus.
Anyway, so that's their little secret, as they're doing weed references. Stacey and Adam.
Can I just say?
Yes.
I know we've moved on from Ben and Quinn, but this is another element of the show that I think is different, having the redemption, is the fact that they never won they never won bloody anything, except for Dinner Wars, which was obviously, they won by nefarious means. But they won a challenge. Fair and square was the block quiz, and that was a real moment. I thought that was really, really sweet that they won, and I felt something. Hungry, probably. Actually pretty hungry right now.
No, I'm quite hungry.
But but that's an element, I guess, of these teams coming back. That's different, a little bit different.
I was also thinking about that. Now, I'm a television insider now. I spent 5 minutes working in production.
Yeah.
But I wonder also if the crew and the editors and the whole team behind it have more goodwill and closer relationships with all these people because they've already been through it together. Therefore, they're being less cutthroat, less, doing
transactional.
less stitch-ups and being a bit more generous in their edit and stuff because they're probably mates.
They're also probably more self-aware of how they're going to come across or how the editor
Yeah.
will make them
I
look.
reckon that's something I've been thinking about a lot, is that, and you could see them, they had that little scene with Marie and James where Marie was coaching James to give it more.
Yeah. How was your shopping?
Yeah. And I feel like that, that kind of awareness of what you need for the production to get it shot and move on is really in it. And they're having fun with it, which, applause.
I liked you could hear the producer at that when Chloe stole Marie's plans. And you could hear the producer goading them off camera to be like, it could be playful and fun. Just look at it. And it was the fact that they left that in is kind of I feel like it's also production being like, we tried. We tried to make it interesting,
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I did think it was a weird one for them to leave in because it kind of, does give away how much things can be, massaged. But yes, to your point, they probably were just trying to say, look, we're trying to make this bloody boring week a little bit interesting.
Did anything happen to Marie and James? There was a mouse.
That was very reminiscent of the Ridges mouse, I have to say.
True.
Probably the same mouse. Just trying to get back on the tally.
Stage mouse.
But no, they're a little bit dull, maybe.
A little bit
As
dull.
a team.
And they're open about how they're just making a boring house, right? Just to sell to everyone.
This is an interesting thing because Stacey and Adam had this big sort of disagreement about the wallpaper, about the flamingo wallpaper being a little more pink than they thought it was going to be. And Adam was like, we should just do a white wall. I know that Jason's going to hate it. We won't win the room, but it will be better for selling the house. And I'm on Stacey's side on this one. I reckon, because she's like, think of bigger picture. And what she basically was saying was, win room reveals, you win more money, and then you can spend it in the kitchen and the bathrooms. That's what you want.
Yeah, and that stuff does seem to go directly to the bottom line of a house sale. They also, Stacey and Adam, their calculus was the difference between the first and the fourth house. It's not about who does the best house or what house goes the most money. It's what you do above reserve.
Yeah.
And so the fourth house is going to have like a really, because it's kind of bung, it's going to have a low reserve. And I think that they were like, this is where we want to stay because we think we can pour the maximum creativity into this thing and therefore, it might have our best shot at winning the whole bit.
Didn't pay off though, did it?
Didn't pay off. They did not win. In fact, they did very badly in
Got a
this room.
5.
Their worst score ever.
That was savage.
Really was.
Because given that every single room was exactly the same,
Yeah.
that none of them could recognise their rooms out of a lineup. They shouldn't have had different scores at all.
It was funny though, the kind of critique of them having quite adult art, like in this little this little girl's room, being like, Matisse.
Yeah, j'adore. I also, probably my favourite moment of the week was that shot of Stacey singing in the car.
Yeah.
Like really going for it. And you're like, oh, you don't have the rights to any music. So either she was singing to some like crazy production music, or you've just overdubbed this real chaotic, like completely made up song, which is like what I think happened. And if you like listen back to it, it just doesn't sound like anything at all. And I think that they've maybe used a little grab of her voice, or she's like agreed to go along with the prank, but it's complete maniac television. It's just only explicable within the bizarro world of no sync licensed reality TV.
Also, is it dangerous to portray people waving their arms around while driving on the motorway?
Not in Ottawa.
Okay, it's fine. Everyone else is going 30 k's an hour, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Look, I have to say it. I'm amazed that it's taken this long for this to come up, and I'm sorry that I'm jumping actually backwards to the quiz challenge. But there was a question where one of the answers was Claire and Agni, except for they spelt Agni A-N-G-Y. Angie.
Oh my God.
Not only that, but Agni is spelled A-G-N-I. Agni.
A-G.
So they don't even get the right letters, and then they got the wrong letters out of order as well.
Was that in the graphics?
I was disgusted. Yes, in the graphics.
Man, I reckon you need to write to Mr. Telly with that.
I am absolutely writing to the TV guide as we speak. I just was like that little moment that he just deserved that little moment. I thought, and he'll never forget rushing off into the bushes.
Yeah,
Be off over the fence.
He will really have disappeared into the wilderness.
I ended up
after
running
that.
into the ocean after that one, swimming over to Australia. Another thing that annoyed me was...
Can we have like a segment that's called Jane's Gripes? Or
Oh
something?
no, that's horrible. Ben and Chloe put their TV too high on the wall.
That's
universally, New Zealanders, we put our TVs up too high, put them above fireplaces and so on. You've got to look up on the internet the ideal angle.
Yeah,
You know, when you're sitting there, you're not really craning your neck.
yeah.
I liked how Stacey said the walking Ribenas are back when they were in their morph suits.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's the second time they've had to do that.
The thing is, like, if you just listen to our podcast, it's a lot of, I liked this specific, narrow, tiny, like, half moment.
I liked it because if you want me to elaborate, because she said Ribenas and not blackcurrants, you know?
Oh,
That's why
right,
it's funny.
yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
but do you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of
Was
quite
that not
small
enough
thing-
analysis for
No,
you?
it's not that. I don't know. I think it speaks to the broader issue with the show that, like, there's not like a big thematic thing or like
No.
a crazy flare up or a big fight or some control.
At the same time, we could be discussing the decor. We don't want to, A, because as you've mentioned a lot of times, it all looks the same. But B, we want to be the podcast that is the different room. We're pushing the boat out, you know? As Quinn would say, is that a saying? we are going. We're being. What do they say?
What?
Innovative. We're being innovative with our recaps. We're recapping moments that you blink and miss them. Blink and miss them. Or blink and miss them. Either way is fine.
Or blink and see them. Ever thought about that?
Or blink with your upside down glasses on and throw a ball into some wickets.
I was proud of Stacey in this moment.
This was a great.
Everyone
difficult
thought she was
thing to
going to
do.
absolutely gank it when she was lining it up, and they were like, "She's going to kick it." She kicked it right down into it.
Right
You
up the
have
guts.
to have your eyes closed. That's the only way to do it because those glasses are going to fuck you up. And I reckon that what she did was the most sensible thing. I mean, obviously it's easy to say that in hindsight, but you can get more velocity with a kick than you can with a throw or a roll, right? You can get some force behind it, which reduces the chance of it like bumping off in a wrong direction. That's sports.
That's
Oh,
sports.
she creates. I haven't really. Can't really think about the physics and how you
That's why.
maximize
That's
wicket
why.
visage.
That's why I'm here.
That's what you. That's true.
She did it in 15 seconds and bloody Ben took like 4 minutes and something.
Incredible. Well, he started building a channel.
Is this Ben Mo?
Yes, Ben Mo.
Yeah, classic Ben Mo.
Look, next week it's Family Bathroom Week.
Exciting.
10K up for grabs from our friends at TSB.
Not our friends, to be clear.
Not our friends.
We're available to any
Absolutely anyone.
small or large bank or bank-like institution.
Well, literally any institution.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Imagine if we were sponsored by a bank.
That's not going to
Heartland
happen.
Bank.
What's the most real pod? Is it the most real pod bank?
No.
I feel like
Maybe it is. I think TSB might be.
TSB could be it.
Maybe Kiwi Bank when it first started and was in post shops.
Yeah.
You know, where there's just like one little teller in a post
Kiwi
shop.
Bank's post
But then they got,
rebrand
but then
is
they got
too
too big. They got
fancy.
too big. We can only dream to be what Kiwi Bank have become.
Maybe like Trust Bank back in the day.
What is that the one? What's the one where everyone you're all shareholders?
What about bonus bonds?
Yeah.
Or traveller's checks.
Yes. Yes. That's it.
We are the traveller's checks of podcasts. Oh God. Okay. Anyway, so we'll see you next week. Family Bathroom Week. There'll be lots of pressure, lots of tiling, grouting, siliconing, waterproofing. It's going to be a nightmare.
I think the season starts now.
And we will see you then.
No,
Now tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Actually, with a
What?
below
what?
deck.
No, below decks yesterday. That was yesterday.
Whoa!
I know.
no.
Yeah. See you then.
Mind freak.
Goodbye.
From the Spin-Off Podcast Network, you've been listening to The Real Pod. It was hosted by me, Jane Yee, along with Alex Casey and, most of the time, Duncan Grieve. Te Aihe Butler made it all sound good and Rachel LaRue got us out to the world. New from the Spin-Off's business editor Chris Schultz, together with Kiwi Bank, comes Stock Take, a weekly newsletter about the people behind the businesses driving Aotearoa, along with stories about how forces affecting the economy will impact the lives of New Zealanders. Sign up to Stocktake now at thespinoff.co.nz/newsletters.
Kia ora, I'm Duncan Grieve, founder of The Spin-Off. You can help us keep all of The Spin-Off's award-winning journalism free for everybody by becoming a member today at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.